Welcome to Thrones Need Kings. As I was at my stepdaughter's high school graduation, seeing her graduate with honors, so proud, I was just sitting back, just wondering how black men got the stigma of being deadbeat fathers. And then I took the time to look at my son, cute isn't he? And was just wondering, is what they say about us really true? Let's explore that. So, where did it start? Where did it all go bad for fathers? Why is we in a fatherless nation? Well, there's many things that contribute. In the 1960s, you had the feminist movement, so women was much more incentivized to be independent, which is nothing wrong with that. But I believe that the biggest contributor was the welfare program, because it essentially incentivized women to not only not have a man in the home, but B, also incentivize them to have more kids without a man in the home in order to receive more government assistance. Before the 1960s, only 9% of black children was living without their father. Fast forward today, that number is almost at 80%. So, how did we get there, right? In 1960, under the Johnson administration, they decided that, hey, we will provide more financial stability, financial assistance to women if they are the sole provider for the kids and there's no man in the home. We probably all have seen where like, hey, if they come in to check the house, making sure there's no man living there, any signs of a man has to be eliminated immediately because they can lose their welfare status. During that time, a woman could get as much as $20,000 a year, which in today's money is $90,000. So yeah, that's a pretty nice chunk of change. What ended up happening to the family structure? Well, in 1960, approximately 61% of black people were married. So that's 6 out of every 10. So that family structure was strong before the welfare program really took high gear. Conversely, look at the numbers today. Only 30% of black male and women are married. So we go from 61% to 30%. So how does that affect the kids? Well, it has tremendous implication on the kids. As you can see, according to the AFP, American First Policy Institution for Fatherhood and Crime, as you see, more than 80% of the homes now are for single parent home. So what does that mean? That means now 4 times as likely that a family would be in poverty because the father is no longer in the home. 70% of juveniles comes from single parent homes. 279% more likely that the juvenile will carry guns and deal drugs. Reportedly, incarceration can go up to 20 times more likely if the father is not in the home. Of all of the prisoners, 80% of them come from single family homes. 63% more likely for youth to commit suicide. Teenage pregnancies, 70% more likely to occur if the father is not in the home. 90% of the runaway children comes from a single family home. Children are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 9 times more likely not to finish high school, 14 times more likely to commit rape. So we're looking at these numbers and say, wow, it appears that having a father around really does make a difference. But why would that be? Well, it's simple. And hope mothers, women don't take offense to this, but it's just basic biology. Men are typically more level, think more logical than emotional. So we're able to teach our sons and daughters to handle situations from a less volatile state, from a less emotional state. Have them to be able to think things clearly before they make decisions. The daughter isn't going to want to make the father upset with her or disappoint her father if she get pregnant before she at least graduate high school. The son, he's going to be able to express himself to a male because as a male, we're going to be able to understand what he's going through, and we'll be able to logically explain to him how to handle certain situations without being so emotional. If the statistics all show that kids are much better with their fathers involved in their lives in the home versus just having a single mom. So where did the narrative come of black fathers not being, but black fathers are deadbeats? Because according to the CDC, half of black men don't even have kids. So just with that number alone, you can't say most black men are bad fathers because most black men don't even have kids. I didn't have my first biological kid, my son, until I was 40. The men that I associate with, it's about 12 of us that I really, really associate with on a weekly or monthly basis. Only one of us isn't actively involved in their child life. So that's well over 90% of us. And according to findings from the CDC, 70% of black fathers are more likely to help bathe, dress, and diaper their child versus 60% white men or even 45% Hispanic men. As you see this chart, as you can see going from right to left, every category, as you see, black men statistically do better than our white counterparts. From reading, playing with them is about even. Again, like I stated before, bathing and diapering them and feeding them with meals. Statistically across the board, black men are actively involved in their kids' life. So what is the conclusion? Well, it seems like that narrative of black men being deadbeats really needs to be reevaluated because the numbers clearly show that that's just simply not the case. Having a nation to discard fathers in general as if we're just commodity that can be replaced also needs to be changed. Because we see by the numbers, the reason why America is in the state of where it is, one of the major reasons is because a lot of these kids aren't coming from two-parent households, so they mean that they're missing a whole side of how to handle life situations. Because again, men, we are typically more of a student of logic versus being emotional. I just hope that if you do have your father in your life, just reach out to him, thank him if he has been actively a part of your life. And if you are a female and you probably necessarily isn't on best terms with the father of your children, just remember, your kids need a strong, positive role model, male role model in their life. The numbers bear it out. It's not an opinion. It's just simple fact. Fathers are needed. We should be appreciated more than what we are, but hey, it's part of being a man, right? We just handle business as it comes, regardless if anybody's listening, looking, or appreciating it. A fatherless nation. If we want to get back on track, that needs to change. Until next time, just remember, thrones need kings.